Hi, this is Matt Sharp with Alliance Defending Freedom, and I'm so glad to be here in South Dakota, Family Heritage Alliance, on this great religious liberty tour. This is a very critical time for issues like these to be addressed in our country. We know that with the recent Supreme Court decision in Obergefell and so many other issues coming down the pipe, a lot of pastors, a lot of families, a lot of citizens are concerned about the direction of our country and what this means for their religious liberties, their precious First Amendment rights. ADF has been on the forefront of this issue for many years, focusing on defending our religious liberties, focusing on defending the sanctity of life and traditional marriage. And so we are excited to be here in the state to help equip people across the state with knowledge, with relevant, up-to-date information on what their rights are, on what the coming battles are, and steps that they can take to protect their constitutional rights. So during this week, we're going to be talking especially about what the decision in the same-sex marriage case means for churches and for ministries, for colleges and universities, and for pastors speaking behind the pulpit. We're going to talk about steps that they can take in their ministries to protect themselves, to make sure that they never have to compromise in their ability to speak the truth about the gospel message, or to be a ministry that reaches out to the community. We never want churches or ministries to have to compromise on those fundamental biblical values to them. So we've got some very practical steps for them to take, some things that they can change in their ministries and adopt into their bylaws to equip them to keep doing their mission and do it in a way that is going to protect them legally going forward. We're also going to talk about the transgender issue. We've seen this pop up so much more lately. Everyone's probably heard about Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, who comes out as a woman and is being celebrated for it. Unfortunately, we're seeing that head into our local schools. Students are being told that they're going to have to give up their right to privacy, that they're going to be forced to shower and use locker rooms and restrooms with members of the opposite sex. A lot of parents are concerned about this, asking, what can we do to protect our kids? What can we do to make sure that their privacy isn't violated and that their voice and that their rights are being protected? So we're going to examine this and see what federal law has to say about these transgender issues. We're going to see that federal law specifically says schools can have separate facilities on the basis of sex, can require boys to use boys' restrooms and girls to use girls' restrooms, and some more very important information, not only for states to look at, but for individual school districts to look at and to adopt a good policy that protects the privacy interest of all of their students. We're also going to touch briefly on some of the upcoming issues in this Supreme Court's term, particularly with the Obamacare Mandate Part 2, with several colleges, universities, and most famously the Little Sisters of the Poor, and their challenge to being forced to pay for and provide contraceptives that violate their deeply held religious beliefs. So I'm very excited. I hope you'll be able to come out and join us for this very informative time where we look to see what churches, ministries, families, businesses across the state can do to protect their religious liberty, to protect their First Amendment rights, and to keep the door open for the spread of the gospel. Hope you'll be able to join us.